All right, so I think we have everybody at this point that is going to join. I just want to thank everybody for being here today. This is a special occasion. This is the final Farmers SVP Leadership Development Series, and want to thank y'all for investing in yourselves by participating and joining these sessions. And I really want to give a special shout out to Kathy Julian and Jill Gardner. Kathy has been hosting every single one of these leadership development series, and has done a fantastic job of connecting the right people at Farmers to who are experts in their field for all of the sessions that we've presented. Want to welcome Jill Gardner, who's going to be co-hosting this session today from Farmers. So thank y'all for your investment in SVP and our team. We are so much better as a result of these sessions and just can't thank you enough. But without further ado, want to turn it over to Kathy to kick us off.
Okay, well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much, Kyle. And we really have enjoyed this work with you, and I hope it's been as productive and as fruitful for you as it's been for all of us. I mean, we just really feel very appreciative of the opportunity. And so today's topic is leading in times of change, revolutionizing SVP. And we thought this was a really good topic to follow, leading change, which you heard from Laura a couple weeks ago. Leading change is more about taking the next step, putting together a change management plan, if you remember, for the things that we know that we need to do to keep the ball moving down the road. What you're going to see today is probably going to be very different than anything that you've ever thought of before, because it's not really about just the incremental change. It's about the opportunity that exists in the world today because of the fast pace, because of the pandemic. Do we want to go back to work, or do we want to go forward to work, right? And we really want to revolutionize our business, which means to take us to a place that we can only imagine, right? And so this whole program today is about giving us some of the steps, some of the tools to get you thinking about, gosh, what would it take to do something for SVP to really take us into the future that we hadn't thought of before. And so our goal is that you just feel really energized. I know it's the end of the year. People are going to be going off and spending time with their families, I hope very safely. And but we want you to be energized as you come back into the new year, into 2021, thinking about the possibilities. And so this program is designed to do just that. And Jill Gardner, my co-facilitator, I'd like to tell you she's one of my favorite people at Farmers. She is a futurist, very strategic. She's a change agent. And she's going to partner with me as we go through this, and we're going to take you through 4 steps. How do you revolutionize? And we're gonna kind of alternate, but I'm going to turn it over to Jill to get us started.
Thanks, Kathy. Hi, everybody. We're thrilled to be here. And we were talking about revolutions and radical change. There are really 4 actions that revolutionaries excel in, and we're going to review these actions during our time together today. The first one is connecting with a purpose-driven mission. And revolutionaries, they're motivated and inspired by purpose, and that is really something that's bigger than themselves or their team or their product or their services. They lead their organizations and their employees and their customers into the future. But next is reimagining and redefining the future. So that's really looking not to just change the play, but revolutionaries change the game. Then learning fast and failing forward. Revolutionaries nurture environments that support and enable their teams and followers to be agile, creative, innovative, and continually learning. And finally, build skill and resilience, or taking advantage of our uncertain and rapidly changing world. Revolutionaries recognize the importance of developing growth mindsets and building new capabilities and critical skills that will be portable into the future roles and future jobs. So out of those 4, we want to ask you to use your annotation tool and indicate which of them resonate especially with you. Okay, just marking on that slide there.
So just remembering at the top, you can pick stars, you can pick check marks, anything that you want from the annotation tool to show us your thinking.
I love reimagining and redefining the future. I have some kindred spirits on there too, huh?
There's a big circle around build skill and resilience. I love that. Good.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to jump right in, and we're going to start with connecting with a purpose-driven mission. Kathy, if you can go to the next slide. We're going to start with the SBP mission, which, as you can see up here, shrink the time between disaster and recovery. That's a wonderful purpose-driven statement, and it's an aspirational expression of what you're doing and where you're going. It's a statement for your core to guide behaviors that will help drive SBP forward. So the goal here is really to help your people find and follow a North Star and be a role model and apply the 5 interventions: rebuild, share, prepare, advise, and advocate in a way that builds your brand and inspires others to contribute. It's a great mission, and I'm sure it's all near and dear to your hearts. So how can we use this mission statement to spark revolutionary change within SBP? And the reason why this is the #1 core action for Revolutionize is that you and your team need to write yourselves into the story. So we're going to start by creating a story. And what does this mean for SBP? And we're going to put you into breakout groups. You should have received a handout, which will help drive some of the breakout discussion and over the few activities that we have for you today. For the first one is writing your story, and it's going to be titled SBP, Shrinking the Time Between Disaster and Recovery. And what we wanted you to do in your groups is take 10 minutes, introduce the heroes in your story, and complete the following intro statements that can be found on that first page of your handout. So you'll start with once upon a time, each day, about one day, because of that, because of that, because of that, until finally, and ever since. And we want you just to dream up what that story is going to be called Shrinking the Time Between Disaster and Recovery. Do you have any questions? And as a bonus, you'll also have an opportunity to read your stories to the entire group when we come back.
Okay,
so I believe Kathy or Kyle will break you out into the groups.
Okay, are you ready?
And